Well, our reporter, that's Ayanda Mhlongo, is monitoring the Durban leg of this march in KwaZulu-Natal, where we understand leaders have just addressed members. We're live to Durban now. Ayanda, has COSATU President Sdumo Dlamini taken the podium? And if so, what was the thrust of his message this afternoon?
Personally, a very good afternoon to you. I'm sorry I could barely hear you because of the noise in the background as COSATU is wrapping up the day. Just a few moments ago, they've just delivered the memorandum to a representative from the Premier's office, which lists their grievances, which speaks to what COSATU members had gathered for today, gathering from early this morning and marching down the main streets of Durban. Thousands of COSATU members having come from across the province, saying today that they're out to show a show of force, that they're out to say enough is enough with state capture, with looting, that this is a message to the government, this is a message to the public sector. But just to wrap up the day, I'm joined once again by the President of COSATU, Sdumo Dlamini. Mr. Dlamini, again, thank you very much for your time. We're almost at the end now. We're wrapping up. You've handed over your memorandum of grievances. And I guess today, the day has solely been about COSATU, its members, the workers, firstly coming out and saying, this is our show of force. This is us as the workers, the ordinary people of South Africa, saying we want an end to state capture. We want an end to corruption in South Africa.
Yes, indeed. And we have had a very successful day of work, not only here in KZN, but the whole of the country. The feedback we got is that everything went very well. Workers came out in their numbers, and indeed they were saying enough is enough. This state capture has got to be investigated and be rooted out and be stopped in the country. The corruption has got to be dealt with. Those who are responsible must be held to account for their acts. But also, we are saying we're tired of the labor brokering system in this country. We're calling for government to scrap this system. We are calling for the implementation of the national minimum wage next year as it is agreed to. There should be no wishy-washy. The exploitation of farm workers, retail workers, security workers, those must be dealt with immediately.
You again reiterated your call that as COSATU you are in support of Deputy President Cyril Ramaphosa to succeed President Jacob Zuma, and you'll be supporting him in the December elective conference to be the country's next president.
Yes, COSATU indeed, and I've expressed that, and that Comrade Cyril Ramaphosa, according to our wish as the Federation, is that he must come after President Zuma in December as the president of the ANC, and we hope that the branches of the ANC are able to take that into consideration.
Of course, it has caused some differences between yourselves and the ANC, and just looking out today, you had made a call for ANC members, the leaders, to be part of today, and we didn't see any of them from the province come out here today. So what you also spoke in your message to your members today about the meetings that you've been trying to have with the ANC that have not been successful.
Yes, indeed. We expect that there shall be tensions about this period. So we understand that, which is why we are saying it will help both COSATU, the ANC, SABC and SANCO as the alliance leadership to get together and discuss these issues so that we see our way forward. At the moment, standoffs are not going to help anybody. We've got to get together under the roof and solve the problems that are confronting us.
The postponement of the last meeting of the alliance was due to understand where they did not agree. The secretaries of both Mr. Gwede Mantashe from the ANC and Mr. Solly Mabaile from SACP. There were differences when it came to the agenda that was going to be discussed. Do you see the possibility that looking at that and the failed meetings, do you see them being able to take place?
I believe very firmly that the leadership sanity will prevail and they shall see the need for these meetings, because there is no other way. The ANC can't do it alone. COSATU can't go alone. The SACP can't go alone. We need each other, but we can only achieve that if we are genuine to one another and honest to one another, get to sit and discuss these issues. And I believe that sanity is going to prevail.
All right, Sdumo Dlamini, thank you very much for your time. The president of COSATU there, Kirshni, just wrapping up the day for us, and obviously some of the points that COSATU is making here today and what this march was all about, that they want to see a commitment from government, they want to see an end to state capture. Of course, today they were also calling for President Jacob Zuma to set up that commission that will investigate or look into state capture. The day today, they had also urged a lot of young people, and indeed we saw quite a number of young people also being part of today's march, and they said that it was very important for the youth to be part of this, and that this is not a fight for workers, but this is a fight for them as well, who are also in the communities. They are struggling. Many of them are graduates who are sitting at home unemployed, that it's time for them to also take a stand and to come out and support marches like this. And certainly we saw quite a number of young people that as well had come out here today. Of course, that's how we wrap things up here, Kirshni. I think, and just you can see probably as I just look behind me, the police are now leaving. They've done their work. It's been an event free. There's been no incidents that have been reported, and I'm just looking over the wall here that COSATU members are now dispersing, Kirshni.
Ayanda Mshlongo, live to us from Durban, KwaZulu-Natal, wrapping up the Durban leg of this march fast. COSATU President there, Sdumo Dlamini, hailing the day's protest action as a huge success and highlighting the challenges of labour brokering and corruption in the country. Dlamini reiterating his support for Deputy President Cyril Ramaphosa in the run-up to the crucial ANC elective conference in December.